Good day everybody, welcome to Kampala Road, and today I thought I'd do a 3 locos, 3 manufacturers, 1 livery, which I seem to have ended up with. And what you can see is 3 Class 47s in the Intercity livery. Just before I start, I should point out that a couple of them are a little bit play worn, a few missing bits and pieces due to either age or young hands, but anyway, it won't detract from the fact that 3 different manufacturers are involved. So what we have on the right hand side is the ViTrains version of the Intercity Class 47. In the middle is the Bachmann, which is all king, all crowning glory version of the 47, and then a warm favourite of mine, the Heljan 47 in the background, which has been weathered by somebody, and quite a good job too. So I shy away from the word review because I don't know enough about locomotives and the liveries, etc., to tell you the accuracies and the inaccuracies. I would struggle to tell you what engine was in the real locomotive. I just knew I liked them as a kid, and I liked them as a model. I've ended up with 3 the same livery, which I believe was very, very popular. As a train spotter, I never actually saw Intercity liveried 47s. Anybody who's train spotted trains coming out of Liverpool Street will understand why. We had the worst of the British Rail rolling stock, if you like, during the late 70s and early 80s. So the ViTrains 47 first. Yeah, there's a lot of conversation, let's say, about ViTrains, and there's actually nothing wrong with them. They are based on the Lima model, I guess, with the modernised chassis, central mounted motor, very, very simply put together. And for all the technical stuff in a Bachmann model, when you look inside a ViTrains 47, you think it's all been thrown together as cheaply as possible, which is probably true, but one thing they got right was the motor and the gearing. They are extremely smooth runners. This one in particular is fitted with a, dare I say it, TTS decoder. One of the few I have surviving. And there she goes. And it is smooth. I've done the CV changes from 150 to 154. And it's smooth, which I'll demonstrate later on. And there she goes. And get some fuel. Oops. Braking a bit late there, but I have to say, a really excellent model. Maybe the detail's not quite there. The biggest problem with these ones is you have to stick on everything yourself. All the handrails, grab rails, aerials, which is why this one has not got any aerial on, windscreen wipers, all has to be stuck on like an Airfix kit, and it's a complete pain in the backside, especially when you put the locomotive back in the box. It all falls off. It makes up for it by the exceptionally smooth running, and the same with the ViTrains 37s. Never had a problem, and they are so easy to fix or service. You unclip the body and it's all in there. You can see the motor. The motor just sits in not even a cradle, in an area on a... I'll keep the ViTrains loco turning over because there is building going on and there's a lot of banging to try and snuff that out. And also Paxo has just woken up, for all you fans of Paxo. Okay, so here we have the Bachmann in the background, the Firefly 4780834, and in the foreground is the Heljan 47805, no name on that one. And obviously the Bachmann is seen as the bee's knees, the all-dancing king of the Class 47s. I have a soft spot for the Heljan because it was the Heljan 47 that got me back into model railways. So the ViTrains has a TTS decoder, as you can hear. The Bachmann, I have a 21-pin Gauge Master, I think they're called Omni. I'm having a few issues with the Bachmann locomotive and I'll come on to that. The Heljan has a Zen DCC Concepts decoder in. Heljan locos love to chew up decoders because they draw so much power. But again, very much like the ViTrains loco, very, very simple to work on. Nice and easy to maintain and service. When you open all three locos, which I'm not going to do on camera, the Bachmann locos are, and the same with the 37s, completely over-engineered. I guess that's why they have a good reputation. My one doesn't, I'm afraid. Right, as far as livery is concerned, I don't know if it's accurate or not, but it is well done. The ViTrains is a slightly off-white colour below the red stripe there, and when you look at that in comparison to the Bachmann one, which is a very brilliant bright white, there is a significant difference. Not sure who's accurate. Certainly the coaches I have, they're off-white, not brilliant white. So I don't know, but that's the difference. You can't really tell the Heljan because it's extremely grubby and looks very good for it too. Now, as I said, with the ViTrains, you have to basically stick everything on her. Handrails, this one's fairly play worn, but some of those handrails are stuck on. The cab handrails have fallen off long ago. It's a bit of a pain in the neck, to be honest with you, and she's been in and out of the box so many times that aerials, I've given up trying to stick an aerial on her. They just fall off. The box is not designed to take the loco all the bits on. The Heljan, well, it really shows here, and maybe I'll do a shot from the top, that basically this loco is overweight. They got it wrong, and I believe the measurement is 2 mil, but she does look oversized and fat. However lovely the loco is, I mean, they do look spectacular because they're slightly bigger and they look more aggressive, but yeah, oversized. Now, I've got this second, third, fourth hand, this Heljan, and I believe it's probably a 2003, 2004 model. And the other issue with those early Heljans with the wheels, they were rubbish. This loco, this Heljan one, is second, third, fourth hand or whatever it may be. It's from what I can tell, quite heavily used, and must be 2004, 2003 vintage, because it came with the absolutely crappy wheels. I'll pull her out to try and show you what I mean. If ever you buy a Heljan 47, avoid the earlier models. This loco I have put the new style, stop it there, the new style nickel silver wheels on. It was sold to me as a working model, it didn't. The old wheels used to oxidize terribly. I mean, I don't know what the Danes made them out of, maybe, I don't know, scrapped Viking swords or something. They were just useless. And you had to continuously clean them. You can now get kits to change over, and very, very easy to change over, and transforms the performance of the earlier Heljan locos. I think they switched the wheels around 2007, 2008 to all nickel silver. Okay, last but no means least is the spectacular Bachmann model, Firefly, which is, I think, from what I've seen on YouTube, extremely popular. She's gorgeous. I've done a video on this because it was my first Bachmann 47 I'd had. I've got a couple of ViTrains ones, I've got 4 or 5 Heljans, but this was the first Bachmann. But I've had problems with her, and I'm hoping it's all down to the decoder. She's not a smooth runner, hesitates on every area of my layout indiscriminately. It'll run over part of the layout perfectly. The next time it goes round, it'll hesitate. I hasten to add, I haven't pulled her apart yet. All I've done is put a Gauge Master 21 pin chip in. And as I said in my video when I introduced this loco, I had to run her in for a good 10-11 hours to get her to perform anywhere near properly. Now, I don't know if I've been unlucky. I see the big guys on YouTube utilise these locomotives, Dean Park, Everard Junction, etc., and they seem to run beautifully. The only way I can get this loco to run properly is to have super clean wheels, of which after about 10 minutes it all goes wrong again. So I'm not too sure. I'm waiting for another 21 pin decoder, and I'm going to change her over. And if that doesn't solve the problem, which I'm sort of fingers crossed touching wood it does, then I'll start investigating deeper. As you can see, the Heljan does look out of proportion, and these two on either side do make it look incorrect. So running wise, I'm sure the 47 is a great model when it behaves, but at the moment it's unreliable for me, the Bachmann one that is. The Heljan one is a complete brute and is overpowered and just will pull anything and go, and you have to be very careful because the top speed is faster than anything you've seen in your life, and you'll burn out your decoder. The ViTrains is much like the Bachmann train, the engine, sorry, very, very smooth, not as powerful as the Heljan, but adequate. It'll easily pull 12 coaches, no problem at all. A very good performer and very underrated. However, I will say overpriced on eBay and other auction sites. So of my 3 Class 47s in Intercity livery, I have a Duff Bachmann one, and I have a Tubby Duff Belgian one. No pun intended. So not too technical, just a look-see at these 3 great looking locomotives. I hope I can get the Bachmann one sorted out. Any advice from you users of Bachmann 47s, I would really appreciate it. I'll keep this video short and close with a few running shots of all 3 going around the layout. So, I hope you found that of some interest. 3 beautiful locos. If I can get the Bachmann one sorted out, I'll be very happy. But from Kampala Road, and there's a real livery going past. Why do we like such a rubbish livery so much? Anyway, from Kampala Road, hope you enjoyed it and see you next time. Cheers for now.